Day 296 of doing a LeetCode problem every day until I get a job. All right, y'all, we're back again another day, another LeetCode problem where we're doing daily LeetCode problems. And today we have question number 18 for sum. The difficulty level is medium, but don't even worry because we're going to keep the solution as simple and easy to understand as possible. But before we get started, y'all, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you need any new Apple AirPods, go ahead and check out the link in the description and get you some. Now let's see what the question says. Question says, given an array nums of n integers, return an array of all the unique quadruplets, nums of A, nums B, nums C, and nums D, such that 0 is less than or equal to A, B, C, and D, which is less than n. A, B, C, and D are distinct, and nums A plus nums B plus nums C plus nums D is equal to target. You may return the answer in any order. So now that we've read the question, let's go ahead and look at these examples to make sure that we know exactly what it is that they want us to do, right? So in example 1, we have the input nums equals an array of integers 1, 0, -1, 0, -2, and 2. The target is 2. So what they want us to do is take 4 numbers out of this array and add them together so that they equal target, which is 0, and they want us to return all 4 elements or all possible combinations that we can use to reach the target, which is 2, right? And each combination should be unique, meaning we're not using the same combination more than once. So in the output, they give us a 2D array which stores the arrays of combinations. That first array is -2, -1, 1, and 2, because when you add -2 plus -1, that gives you -3. Then you add 1 to that, that gives you -2 again. Then you add that 2, and that gives you 0, which is the target. That's what we want. We want to reach 0. Then same thing with this array. We start with -2, we add 0 to that, we're still at -2. We add 0 to that, we're still at -2, and we add 2 to that, and that gives us our target, which is 0. Now remember, we're only using numbers in this array, and we're only using 4 at a time. So now let's go ahead and look at the last array or the last combination that we can do to reach the target, which is -1 plus 0 stays at -1. 0 plus 0 is still -1. Then plus 1, that gives us 0, which is our target, which is what we want. Now, as you can see, each element in this array is you can find all of these elements up here. Same with this array and same with this array. So now that that's example 1, but let's go ahead and look at example 2 just in case they try to throw some type of tricks our way, right? So in example 2, we have the input nums equals an array of integers 2, 2, 2, 2, and 2. This time the target is 8, and the output is 2, 2, 2, 4 2s, right? When you add 4 2s together, you'll get 8, which is the target, which is what we want. So it's important to understand we don't have to use every number in here. In the input array, we only have to use 4 of them, right? And in this case, we could take the 4 2s, and that will give us our target of 8. So we return the 4 2s, or 2D array of 4 2s. So now that we understand the question, y'all, let's get into the fun part, the actual solution, y'all. So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to say we're going to say let len equal nums.count. Boom. Now, excuse me. Now we need to ensure that there are at least 4 elements. Otherwise, we could just return an empty result because every array has to have at least 4 elements, thus the quadruples, unique quadruplets, right? Quad meaning 4. So in order to do that, we could just use a guard statement. We could say guard len is greater than or equal to 4. Else, we could just open up the brackets and we could say return, and we could just return a blank array. Now, we need a place to store the quadruplets or the combinations that we found. So in order to do that, we could just declare a variable, call it result, set that equal to a 2D array of integers, right? Because remember, the output is a 2D array of integers, right? So it's an array with arrays inside of the initial array. So that's what we're creating right here so that we have somewhere to store those values. Then we just put the parentheses at the end like that. Now we need to sort the array so we can facilitate our 2-pointer approach, and we'll be able to avoid duplicates. So in order to do that, we could just come right here. Sorry, y'all. We could say let sort equal nums dot sorted, parentheses, just like that. Now it's time to iterate through the array and selecting the first element, which will be nums of a, right? So in order to do that, we could just say for a in 0 dot dot less than sign up to, open up the parentheses, len minus 1. Then we come outside the parentheses and we'll say where a equals 0 plus 1, yeah, a equals 0, sorry, not 0 plus 1, because that would be 1. But where a equals 0, line, vertical line for or. Then we're going to say, so a equals 0 or sort square bracket a, exclamation point, come outside the square bracket, sorry about that, exclamation point equals sort square bracket a minus 1, just like that. Now we could come outside of the square brackets and we can open up our bracket. And now we need to ensure a is not a duplicate to avoid repeating the same quadruplet. So in order to do that, we could iterate to the second element, which would be b. So we'll say for b in, open up the parentheses, a plus 1, come outside the parentheses, and we're going to say dot dot less than, so up to len where b is equal to, so two equal signs, equal a plus 1. Then we're going to do the or again, sort square bracket b, exclamation point equals, so sort square bracket b does not equal sort square bracket b minus 1. Now we come outside those square brackets and we can open up our brackets. Now let's see what we're going to do, how we're going to do this. First, we need to ensure that b is not a duplicate to prevent duplicates like we did with a. So in order to do that, we could just say var c equals b plus 1, comma, d equals len minus 1, just like that. Now that's going to help with our two-pointer approach for the remaining two elements. So now we could come right here and we need to continue our while, we need to start our while loop, which will continue while the left pointer is less than the right pointer. So we could just say while c is less than d, boom. We could say let val equal, open up the parentheses, a colon, sorted, or not sorted, but sort square bracket a, come outside the square bracket, we're going to say comma, then we're going to say b colon, sort square bracket b, then we're going to come outside the square bracket and we're going to say c colon, sort square bracket c, then we're going to come outside that square bracket and we're going to say d colon, sort square bracket d, just like this, and that's going to store our values. Then we're going to come underneath that and we'll say let sum equal, open up the parentheses, we'll say val.a plus val.b plus val.c plus, you guessed it, val.d, just like that. And that's going to compute the sum of the four numbers. Now we're going to come right here and we're going to say if sum equal sign target. So if sum is equal to target, then we're going to open up the brackets and we need to append those values, or that quadruplet that we just found, to the result. So in order to do that, we could just say result dot append, open up the parentheses, then we're going to open up square brackets. We're going to say val dot a comma val dot b comma val dot c comma val dot d, just like that. Now we're going to come right here underneath this if statement, and we're going to say if sum is less than target, then we're going to open up the brackets. And if the sum is too small, then we could just move C to the right to increase the sum. So because remember, we already sorted it, so by moving to the right, it'll increase. So then we'll say while sort square bracket C equal sign val dot C comma C is less than D, open up the brackets, we're going to say C plus equals 1, which is going to skip the duplicates for C. Then we'll come right here and we're going to use the else. We're going to say else, open up the brackets. If the sum is too large, then we need to move D to the left to decrease the sum, because remember, once again, it's sorted. So when we move it to the left, it'll move to a smaller number. So we're going to say while sort square bracket D, sorry y'all, square bracket D equals val dot D, comma, D is greater than B. We're going to open up the brackets and we're going to say D minus equals 1, just like that. And then after all of that, we come right here, and we could just, all we have to do is return the result. So return result. Boom. Now that should be all she wrote, y'all. Let's go ahead and run it. Make sure it runs like it's supposed to. Let's see. Oh, 0 milliseconds. Let's see, it's accepted. So let's go ahead and submit it. Make sure it stays accepted. Let's see. Look at that, y'all. 11 milliseconds be 64.17% of users with Swift. Not too bad. We want to get those numbers up, but we'll worry about getting those numbers up as we continue down our LeetCode journey. Right now, we're just worried about being able to solve the problem that's presented to us, and we want to be able to understand the solution, right? So, because if you don't understand the solution, then you won't be able to apply that knowledge later on down your LeetCode journey. So right now, we just want to be able to solve the problem and understand the solution so that we can use what we learn for future LeetCode problems. And I feel like this is a good solution for that. So with that being said, y'all, make sure y'all get one more look at the code. This the first half. This the top half. Get one more look at it. Get one more look at it. Boom. Now this is the second, or the bottom half. Get one more look at that, y'all, if you need it. Read it, learn it, love it. I hope y'all learned something today, and I hope to see y'all here tomorrow for another day, another LeetCode problem. See y'all then.